Welcome to Experience Michiana. It's a lovely week. We're fresh off of Valentine's Day. I feel a lot of love in the air, especially for some of the awesome places that we've been visiting lately. I'm Courtney Jorgensen, and I have with me today Kelly Berger. So nice to have you here, Kelly.
Yeah, well, it really was a great Valentine's Day. I love how you say there was love in the air. Everywhere we go, there's lots of love and lots of wonderful people that we get to meet. And we have such a great show this week. We're going to head over to Indiana University South Bend and find out about the Racklin Represents webinar series. And it's all about how arts can bring healing and hope to our community. Then where are you going, Courtney?
Well, I'm also going to be doing a little bit of out and in because Elkhart Civic Theater has an upcoming show, Two Across, and they are also offering a streaming option for that. So you have the opportunity to get back into the theater and also be able to watch it from home too. What else do you have going on this week, Kelly? Something's coming up next and I'm really excited about it because I've been there before, but you haven't yet.
Well, it seems like everybody's been there but me. So I finally get to go to River St. Joe, and I like to go River Rocks. Is that okay? So we're going to head over there. And I just want to say that you will all be amazed at my athletic prowess. Let's just say that. And let's just head on over to River Rock.
Let me just start out by saying that it is one of the coldest days in the Michiana area. But as cold as it is, it could not keep me from coming out to River St. Joe and find out all about River Rocks. Now, we were here before. We found out all about sustainability, found out about the great food in the brewery, but today we're going to find out about a game that's a cross between curling and shuffleboard. Neither, Brian, of which I've ever done. So you've got your work cut out for you.
Sure. No, this is our response to COVID winter, right? We had to find something that people wanted to do outdoors because we have to be outdoors. That's still independently fun that they would do even if it wasn't required. It's simple. It's shuffleboard on ice. Two teams, alternating red, blue. And the goal is obviously to win. And the way you keep score is whoever gets closest to the center wins the points. How many points you get depends on how many more you have closer before that team has theirs. It's bocce style scoring.
Okay, now this is very unique to our area. Is that correct?
Yeah, we don't know any other place that does it. Yeah, so it's 50 feet of ice lane, and we have a chiller that allows us to play, and we'll play into late March. So
oh wow,
it's pretty fun.
Now there's 3 lanes here I can see, and are the reservations required?
There are. You know, it's been fairly popular. So you can go to riverstjoe.com, our webpage. There's a tab in the upper right-hand corner that lets you book and pay online.
Oh, that's wonderful. So are you going to show me how the game is played?
I am.
Again, I've never done this before.
It's pretty fun.
Is it
you
fun?
take a broom, take one of these brooms.
Do I have to sweep first?
No. So you don't step on the ice.
Okay.
You stay back here.
Oh.
And you take a stone. I'll give it a go to show you to start. You put your broom on the ice. You can either do it like this or flip it over if you want. And you just give it a push and aim for the center of the target. A little too hard.
Oh,
Your turn now.
Oh, wait, it's coming back. All right, so just kind of take it and just give it a little push.
Give it a little push.
All right. Oh.
There we go.
Oh.
Maybe that one was stuck a little bit there.
Yeah, it wasn't me, Brian. It was the stone there, maybe.
Blame the stone is a good strategy.
It is. Do I get another try here?
Yeah, you get 4 tries.
Actually, this is really. I can see because, like you said, I mean, you got to get out here.
Yeah.
And this is. I just pushed this thing. It's you really.
Yeah, you got to give it a shot.
You got to give it a shot. So it's a great exercise.
Oh, there you go.
Come on. Oh, but I'm way off target.
No, you're not.
Oh.
Very good.
I was too strong as well. Okay, so you go again now, right?
There we go. We alternate, and I'm going to try to get right in the middle there. A little hard.
So is there a certain strategy to this? Some type of technique?
Practice.
Practice, okay.
Yeah.
That makes...
Do it a couple times. That's the best one yet. That's the best one yet.
All right, I'll take it. Now, what are the days where people can come and do this?
So right now, during the current state of things, we're open Thursday through Sunday, 4 to 8 on Thursday, 2 to 8 on Friday, 2 to 8 on Saturday, and then 12 to 6 on Sunday.
Wow, now while we're out here, and I'm going to take, now that was a good one, Brian.
It was, you're
That
winning.
was good. But you get more practice than I do in my
No.
defense.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try again. Not too hard this time. Oh, nope, it's gonna stop short. Hey,
That's in the, that's in the center.
All right, Brian, don't knock me out, okay?
I will. But that's my goal, though. It is my goal.
I know that's your goal.
There we go.
All right, let's do it. Oh no, that's a good one. Dang it.
Nope, you're still closer.
Okay. All right, this is my last one. All right, Kelly, don't knock yourself out. All right, here we go. Oh. So I also, while I'm taking my last shot here, I noticed some fire pits out here.
Yeah, so we have, in addition to about...
Oh, wait. Oh, wait.
I got it.
Okay, give me another. Do over.
So in addition to about 7 heated tables, we have 7 fire pits too that we keep going for everyone. Just let us know if you need one lit, if it's not lit already, and it'll keep you warm.
That's
Definitely
wonderful.
takes the edge off.
Now, okay, real quick before I take my last shot, what are the little kind of huts over there?
Right, so those are our heated tables.
Oh.
We're in the process of, in the next couple weeks, adding 2 30,000 BTU propane heaters to either side. So it's going to feel like 70 plus degrees in there, even in weather this cold.
Really?
They're really nicely done, and they fit right in with the tables.
Well, that would be great, because I will tell you this, we featured the food on our show, and I heard the food is fabulous. I'm a little jealous that I wasn't here, so I'm going to have to come back. All right, but first, let me take my last shot here.
For the win.
Oh, come on. Gee whiz.
Hey, you still won.
Okay, did I win?
You did, you won.
Congratulations.
First time
Thank
playing.
you. Thank you very much. Well, I could see why this is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So when you come in Redmond, how long do you have on the lane?
So you have an hour or two. It depends on how long you book. You can certainly book more than that if you want as well.
That's great.
It's all automated and all right there, and shows you the availability and the cost.
Great. Now, I'm sure after we're out here for a while, people are probably ready to get something to eat or drink. I hear you have kind of a s'mores kit.
We do.
I saw some toasted marshmallow things that you can put on hot chocolate.
Yeah, so we want to make it fun for everyone, and we want to sort of work with what we have, which, like you mentioned, is our 7 fire pits. So there's a s'mores kit, and we have sticks for people to use, and there's hot chocolate and hot cider, and for those who drink, mulled wine to keep you warm.
Ooh, that sounds really good. Well, I can take one, maybe a mulled wine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right, well, let's go. And by the way, I know you probably let me win, but thank you anyway.
And I did not. I don't let you win. I wouldn't.
Well, for a fun day here, whether it's food, whether you want to hit the brewery, or you want to do the River Rocks, come on out to River St. Joe for a fun family time.
Well, Courtney, now I know what all the excitement, all the buzz was about River St. Joe, River Rocks. Oh my goodness, I had so much fun. I've never done that game before, shuffleboard curling, and I beat Brian not once, but twice.
Hey, that's girl power. You're rocking it out.
Girl power. Absolutely, and it's so much fun. So guys, head on over there for lots of family fun. Even in the outdoors, as cold as it was, I wasn't even cold because I was having so much fun, Courtney.
Well, something you can do to warm up if you're looking for something to do indoors, or maybe you want to do it in your own home, the Elkhart Civic Theater, I had a chance to go speak with the folks over there, and I'm really excited about bringing theater back with their upcoming show, 2 Across. So let's head over to the Elkhart Civic Theater so we can see what they have going on and how they're bringing a theater back to the community. I love the stage. I absolutely adore it, especially the theater locally here in Michiana. And so I'm so excited today to speak with folks from the Elkhart Civic Theater who are putting on the next production of a show called 2 Across. And I have with us the executive director of the Elkhart Civic Theater, Dave Dufour. Hi, Dave.
Hi there. How you doing?
Good. And I also have with us one of the actresses for the upcoming performance, Annette. Hi, Annette. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you.
Now, this is a unique production. It's just you and one other actor, correct?
That's right.
Yeah, Colin Russell is the other actor.
Okay, awesome. Annette, what is it like, or what has the experience been like in rehearsals with it just being the two of you?
You know, it's been great. It's been a lot of fun to really kind of dig in deep because there's only the 2 of us. So we've got that kind of luxury to just really kind of really delve into the script and play around and have fun with it. And Colin's been wonderful to work with, as has Kevin, the director. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah,
And Annette,
I think most actors will tell you, anybody who really is kind of into the craft of acting, and Annette certainly is that, you know, smaller shows might be more challenging, but they also give you a chance to kind of stretch a little bit, which doesn't always happen with larger shows.
absolutely. And Annette, tell us a little bit about what Two Across is. What's the story behind it?
So it takes place on the BART train, rapid transit train in the Bay Area. And two strangers in the middle of the night end up in a car by themselves. And they're both doing New York Times crossword puzzle. And she is looking for privacy so that she can kind of deal with a very emotional thing she's going through right now. And he is looking to talk and get help on the crossword and, ultimately kind of jump in and try to solve her problems for her. And so it's about how this little very short time span of an hour and a half, how they get to know each other and kind of see their characters developing and reacting to each other and maybe falling for each other and see what happens.
Now, when can people come and see this, Annette?
So the opening night is February 26th. So it's 26th, 27th, and 28th. And then the following week, March 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Right.
And we are also selling streaming tickets. So if you are not comfortable coming to a theater in person, you can watch at home live with the streaming tickets, which I think is a really great thing that we have to offer.
Right.
Absolutely. And Dave, you were telling me about how you're able to space the audience out as well too. Some of the extra precautions that you're using.
Yeah, it's basically that we don't obviously we just block certain seats out so that they're not available. And we do have to do a little bit of adjusting. Sometimes we have a group that comes in that's 5 or 6 people, but they all live together or whatever. Usually it's, the most is 3 or 4, but we do adjust when we have to. And so we end up with a pretty small house. I mean, a house meaning audience in the auditorium, but we're slowly getting more interest in some of the streaming. And so it's been a kind of a boon to us to be able to continue to offer our season in both of those ways. We are experiencing a certain, I'm just from the phone calls, a lot of our patrons, especially the older ones who have been vaccinated, are itching to come back to the theater. So that's kind of nice to hear.
And really, I mean, how important is it to continue to bring theater to the community?
So
well,
important.
I think that we serve 2 masters here in essence at the theater. One is our audiences, and our audience, I think it's important they get to see art that they wouldn't ordinarily necessarily get to see. We do a lot of shows that maybe aren't done by a lot of other theaters. Of course, there's, we all have our specialties in community theater, and people need the outlet to be able to get, and frankly, to get together in a space and enjoy something as a communal event. And then the other master, so to speak, that we serve is our participants, our volunteers, our members who love performing, love exploring the arts. And so much of the arts has been closed down for nearly a year now, that I think it's important that we are able to be open as much as we can so that people can continue to appreciate the arts. It's not all about Netflix.
That is very true. And I love that you guys still have that streaming option too. So for folks who still want to stay indoors, still have the option to experience theater, because I still think that is so important too. Now, with the tickets coming up there for the Two Across, where can people purchase those tickets at, or how do they go about doing so?
They can, if they can go to the Elkhart Civic Theater Facebook page, and there's information in there that you can locate. Easiest thing is go elkhartcivictheater.org, which is our website, and you'll see in the little thing that goes by, a little slideshow that goes by, you'll see that Two Across is mentioned, and click on that, and it'll give you the two different links, one for streaming and one for in-person tickets, so you can make your choice and go from there.
All right, and Annette, anything that's coming up for you next? How has this made an impact on your life, being able to be back on the stage?
Oh, it's been so wonderful. I feel so lucky to be able to do this because, as I think Dave said, Netflix doesn't really do it after a certain point. So this has been just wonderful to be able to get out and be with, a couple of people anyway, and work on our craft. So
that's right.
Very lucky.
But Annette, also, you have something else coming up though, and that is in June, our youth camps come back. Hopefully, if everything goes well, we will be having our youth theater camps in mid-June. Hope is the plan right now. So.
That's right. I teach the younger camp.
She teaches the youth, the younger group, which is our storytellers camp, and then we also have one for older kids, which is a very fast-paced, put together a musical in 2 weeks.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We're looking forward to being Two Across from you, and looking forward to sharing the theater with the community in both in person and with streaming. I'm so grateful that you guys are giving options to people so they can still have the fine arts in their homes and in their lives.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
That was so awesome. And again, for more information, so you can get tickets or streaming tickets if you want, on our website or on the Elkhart Civic Theater's website. And Kelly, you have a virtual option for people too going on right now.
Absolutely. It's at IUSB, and it's the Racklin Represents webinar series. And it's all about bringing hope and healing to our community. So let's catch up with Interim Dean Jorge Muniz. This spring, the Racklin School of the Arts will premiere a new webinar series titled Racklin Represents. And here to tell us more about it is Interim Dean at the Racklin School at this point, Jorge Muniz. And Jorge, it is so good to see you. It has been quite a while.
It's wonderful to see you, Kelly, and thank you so much for the opportunity to have this conversation.
And first of all, we just want to say congratulations on being interim dean. You're the head of the music department for quite a while and have done such a wonderful job there at the university. So congratulations to you.
Thank you so much. It's my privilege and my pleasure.
How does it feel to be interim dean?
What for me, it just when I was asked, it's a way for me to serve my university in a capacity that is more all-encompassing. And I'm a composer, and I love writing for the stage, like opera and other works like that. So for me, embracing other arts is part of my nature. So for me, doing that from the administration perspective, it was just natural. So, and I know my colleagues for many years in the arts. So it was just an easy transition. I'm just really honored to work with all of them.
Right. Well, I hear you mention the community, and truly, Racklin Represents, which is this webinar series, is all about reaching the community. Can you tell us what inspired the series?
Well, so partly it was, of course, what we've been going through this year, with so many struggles our country and the world have gone through, not just in the sense of the pandemic, but also so many other areas in our society. So much healing is needed. And I always saw the Racklin School, since I came here over 14 years ago, as the hub, the center for connecting the arts to our community, because we are the public university here in Northern Indiana and North Central Indiana. And I always saw that we should be the first ones reaching out. So these webinars came with the idea of involving our community at large to understand better what we are doing in the arts, particularly, and now just coming back to what we've been going through this past year, I think there are some topics that could shed some light to the community at large about the role of the arts. Yes, we entertain. We can make you have a wonderful time watching us, dance, play music, speak. But there is so much more that we can do for healing our society through what we do in the arts. So that's what kind of started everything.
Jorge, what makes the arts a good vehicle for bringing healing and hope and compassion, particularly at a time like this?
Well, I think I not to speak less of other areas, but the arts more than anything speaks about emotion directly heart to heart. And I think that's where us as artists can really speak directly. There is nothing that can move you more than an artist expressing, in front of you, either in movement or singing, but also through a painting, through a sculpture. And there's nothing that speaks so more directly. So when our artists here at IU South Bend at the Rackner School create new works of art that directly speak about our current struggles, I think we're in a better position to really move people to act. And obviously at the end, my vision at the end is that the Rackner School can effect a change in an acting force in our society. That's what I always tell my students in composition.
Now, it begins on February 2nd, and we'll talk about the topics in just a little bit, but tell us what the setup will look like. Will there be a panel? And I know that you'll be moderating it, correct?
Yes, correct. So I'll be moderating these three. We're planning on having three this semester. It's the first time we're doing these. It is a learning experience for myself because although we're all doing a lot of Zoom these days, a Zoom webinar is a slightly different format. But what it allows is to have a lot of people coming in also from the communities. Is more open. So the format will be that I'll be the moderator, but I want our guests to really take over the conversation. So we'll have, for example, this first one, which is being an artist in a pandemic year, we'll have all these guests talk about their own answer to the topic of the day. So in this case, the one I just said. And then through that, I hope a conversation among the panelists will start. And then I would like to make sure that at least it's about 55 minutes for the webinar. So I will hope that the last 25 minutes will be questions that the audience will actually post through, and I'll bring them up for different answers. And I want to make sure that it's not just one, but that might have 5 different answers, and that's great. And I think that's where we can have really interesting conversations.
I really appreciate the topic as well, because it really has been a struggle for everyone, but particularly I feel for artists this year.
Yes, indeed. The whole country, of course, we have suffered in many different ways, but I think the artists sometimes it's something we don't think as much because we have so many first needs, people around in our community. But art has suffered so much because venues have closed, grants have dried up or have diminished, and even in things that are not performative acts, for example, in museums, art galleries that also have closed or limited. And this has caused a lot of struggles for artists of how to get their voice heard in our community.
Absolutely. Now, the second topic is healing and the arts. And many times I think when we hear the word healing, we think of physical healing, which is important, but there's so many other types of healing, like emotional, racial, social healing.
Yes, indeed. And that was part of my idea. The topics, I have left them quite open because I invited different people from many very different areas in not even in the arts. In some cases might be in the business area, or it might be in the health sciences area. And the idea is they all might have different answers to that. But healing, as you very well said, is about healing, yes, physical healing, but healing of the mind, healing of the spirit. And that is, I think, where, art therapists, art counselors will have a voice also. But also, as you very well said, healing our society as a society, we need to bring those conversation up as well.
Absolutely. And then the last one will be compassion and hope of the arts. Can you tell us a little bit about what that will look like?
Yes, and this last topic is a topic that for me was very close to me because many years ago I had the privilege to working with the Southern Symphony to develop what we call Requiem for the Innocent, which was a large work oratorio with several choruses and the symphony. And the point about that piece was a prayer and a healing time through that music for those left behind after terrorist attacks. We had a lot of conversations around the community and panels as well, and I think it helped. And the main key words that were in response to that piece were compassion and hope. And I wanted to bring that again because although our struggles are maybe different than 10 years ago, they're very hard, very, very deep. And I thought that it would be good to bring organizations from our area to come to that conversation, how they are helping the most in need today, and then to bring artists to the platform as well and have a conversation.
Absolutely. Jorge, how can people be a part of this webinar series?
Well, the easiest way is to contact us through Facebook at Racklin Arts is the official website, Facebook page of this Racklin School of the Arts. And through there, we already have a link posted for the very first webinar, which is next Monday, February 22nd at noon. And it's through that webinar registration, they can have their personal link and they can participate by joining next week at noon. And like that, we'll have postings to remind for the next ones as well.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing all of that with us. And thank you for all that you do. And also all of the professors there. What a difficult time to be a professor and a teacher right now. So thank you so much. All of our best to all of you. And we look forward to the webinar series, Racklin Represents. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly.
It was so good catching up with Interim Dean Jorge Nunez, and what a wonderful webinar series, and truly so needed now. If there was ever a time that we need healing and hope in our community, it is now. So for more information about that, you can head over to their Facebook page and also experiencemichiana.org. Well, next week, Courtney, I am so excited because I'm gonna have to work out a little bit more because it is restaurant week and we are going to be headed out to some new restaurants, trying some new food. I can't wait, but like I said, I'm just gonna do a little bit extra because I'm ready to get my chow on.
Yes, and it's going to be delicious. There's so many restaurants that are featured in Niles, and I'm so excited as things begin to open back up that we can start to feature those so people can get out exploring once again when it's safe to do so. Now, if you have an idea that you want to share with us, a place that we should be visiting so we can bring it to you here on Experience Michiana, you can go ahead and share it with us on our Facebook page. Use the hashtag Experience Michiana, and we'll be sure to see it so we can come out and visit there too. Thanks so much for joining us this week, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.
This WNIT local production has been made possible in part by viewers like you. Thank you.